Welcome back to Crystal Clear on the Roundtable. I'm your host, Oshrik Fox. I hope you're doing well today, and let's just jump right into it. New song! That's right, after a week of anticipation, the Steven Universe podcast, hosted by Extended Roundtable fan Mackenzie Atwood, recently had its first season come to a close. So to ring out such an amazing run of episodes going in-depth with the Crewniverse and how the show's made, our queen Rebecca Sugar performed a new song on her ukulele titled Escapism. So let's give it a listen, analyze and break down the lyrics, and see who's singing the song, how it factors into the character arc, and what it means for the future. On your mark, get set, jam!
I guess I'll have to face that in this awful place I shouldn't show a trace of doubt, but pulled against the grain I feel a little pain that I would rather do without. I'd rather be free, free, free. I'd rather be free, free, free. Free, free, free. From here.
So it's not just me, right? This is definitely a lap song. Finally, after all this time, our favorite water witch is finally going to sing. This already has the groundwork of a very emotional scene, and I can't wait to hear the final version. Keep in mind though, it'll more than likely sound different, as Here Comes the Thought did when Sugar first performed that, compared to its debut in Mindful Education. I can't wait to find out what instrumentals and details they add to spice it up, and this is already getting me hyped for Steven Universe Soundtrack Volume 2. When that eventually happens in 2 to 3 years. Okay, so let's look at the lyrics. This is a very short song, but with holds a compelling message about Lapis' current mental state. I guess I'll have to face that in this awful place, I shouldn't show a trace of doubt. The first thing that grabbed me about this was this awful place, which is referring to Earth as a whole in this context. This comes off very harsh, but understand this does suit Lapis' sentiments about her current place in life very well. Even up to her most recent appearance in Room for Ruby, Lapis doesn't hold the planet in very high regards.
All they care about is the Earth. But I never believed in this place. Let's stay on this miserable planet together!
It might be hard to like Earth at first. It is where a bunch of bad stuff happened.
Not once has she ever said the Earth is a happy, good place. She's just trying to make the best out of a very depressing situation. This stanza as a whole is Lapis expressing that despite hating Earth, she has this preconceived notion set that she has to love it. And as she said in Room for Ruby, she feels that something must be seriously wrong with her for not showing gratitude. She thinks she shouldn't have any doubts about staying on Earth, at the Barn with Peridot, if it was truly the best decision for her or not. With that being said, let's continue. But put against the grain, I feel a little pain that I would rather do without. Now, against the grain means against what is normal, what is again expected out of her. On the contrary to these expectations of happiness set for her, Lapis isn't happy. She's still hurting from everything that transpired during the Gem War, from being trapped in a mirror for thousands of years. That hurt, as the lyrics state, is something she can live without. Yet, it won't go away. I'd rather be free, 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 free from here. So this is where people may scratch their head and go, what? But Lapis, you are free. You just chose to be on Earth. No one's keeping you here. And that isn't true from a psychological standpoint. Lapis was only supposed to be on Earth for a short amount of time and end up being imprisoned, over a misunderstanding at that. Once she's finally released from the mirror, she gets the chance to live her life again, only for Homeworld to just treat her as a criminal and use her. The place she fought so hard to return to was no longer her home. It became another scar, an unjust, unwarranted haunting. So after the events of Super Watermelon Island, Lapis realized she had nowhere to go, just stuck on Earth. In her mind, she was never free. She's still trapped on the planet that ruined her, all for doing her job. Lapis wants to be free, not just in the sense of she can go anywhere on Earth, but away from Earth. There are so many planets and stars out there, billions of galaxies, but that begs the question, how many are controlled by Homeworld? We know Lapis is capable of flying to other planets at an incredible speed, so the fact she had to sell for Earth tells me that Homeworld's reign runs deep. With the lyrics out of the way, let's talk about the title itself, escapism, which Webster's dictionary defines as habitual diversion of the mind to purely imagined activity or entertainment as an escape from reality or routine. To break it down into simpler terms, a modern day example of escapism is reading a lot of fictional books, playing a lot of video games, or let's say binging a lot of Netflix, occupying yourself by indulging in a copious amount of media. Hey, maybe YouTube is your gateway to escapism. Now, we've seen Lapis, and to a lesser extent, Peridot, engage in escapism throughout seasons 3 and 4. While Peridot at least leaves the barn, both are seen watching Campaigning Hearts for hours and hours over and over. Lapis is also seen reading manga in The Kindergarten Kid, investing her time into the fictional lives of others, and their drama, their personal conflicts, all to forget her own. The only time Lapis has willingly left the barn, at least on screen, is Alone at Sea because Steven dragged her out of the barn, and of course, she can't say no to Steven, and in the new Crystal Gems, which we're about to get to in a second. Peridot has left the barn multiple times since the beginning of the series, just to hang out with the Shorty Squad. Another form of escapism is pretending you're someone else for a little bit. Role-playing, which is something Lapis played up very much in the new Crystal Gems, acting as both Amethyst and Garnet, two gems that display huge confidence and comfortability with the planet around Lapis. And notice that this is the most outgoing Lapis has ever been, when she's pretending to be someone else. I think how passionate and defensive Lapis got when wanting to be Garnet, fighting Peridot over it, says a lot. So, what does this all mean for Lapis? Her character arc, her future? Well, as we talked about before on this channel, I think Lapis is going to flee and abandon Peridot and Steven, even just for a little while. As indicated in the San Diego Comic-Con trailer, we've seen throughout these last 2 seasons specifically that while she has made progress, she's not fully settled into Earth, and this song shows that she may never truly be, at least not for a while. I think it's normal for a character like Lapis to relapse like this, especially with the fear of another war striking. Last time she just visited the planet during a war, everything got stripped from her. What will happen in the next one if she's on the front line, standing alongside the Crystal Gems? These are the things for her to consider. Ultimately, I think it is best for Lapis to flee from the planet for a bit. 1, it creates some juicy drama between the characters. 2, Lapis's character having actual progression? Hell yeah! 3, I think she just needs some time to just truly explore her freedom beyond the place she resents so much. I think one day she'll come to terms with it and accept it as her home, but not now. And to go a little bit off script, if this didn't happen, if Lapis was just happy-go-lucky, I'd be kind of annoyed. Things have not been truly resolved with Jasper, with Bismuth, with Pearl. It'd be really poor writing if Lapis was just okay with the planet. I don't think she'll ever truly feel comfortable until she resolves all of those issues. And I think this arc, by her leaving, is the first step towards all of this. Because we know Lapis won't be gone for good. That's just not gonna happen. But logically, for her to come back, Steven would have to offer her something. That something being actual closure. Actually working with her so she can feel resolved. Until then, she's going to remain the jerk character she is. Again, I love Lapis, but I can admit, she's kind of a jerk. But I also think it's pretty justified. Notice how she hasn't apologized to anyone yet for anything that happened. She didn't apologize to Greg, she didn't apologize to Connie. She didn't even apologize to Peridot for breaking her tape recorder. And notice how these are all things that happen on Earth. I don't think she wants to apologize because she may feel like she's apologizing to the planet as well. No one has apologized for anything that's happened to her yet. When Jasper attempted to persuade her into fusing back into Malachite, there was no "I'm sorry" in there. While Peridot did apologize for interrogating Lapis and her note and barnmates, it kinda came out half-hearted, and she never verbally said "I'm sorry." And none of the Crystal Gems have apologized to her for trapping her in a mirror. So from her perspective, why should she apologize for stealing the ocean, for breaking Greg's leg, for almost drowning Connie? I'm not saying she shouldn't apologize, but I understand why she hasn't yet. And if we ever want to see a happy Lapis, someone who's content with their life, that's going to have to happen. There's just no way around it. Overall, these are just my thoughts, my ideas, my opinions, and I want to hear yours. So please, leave them in the comments below. Did you enjoy this new song and our analysis of its lyrics? Personally, I hope it's a bit longer than the show, but at the same time, Lapis does seem like a person of few words, so it kinda fits. I'm also really hoping they play this at New York Comic Con, with Jennifer Paz. Or heck, if they even show a sneak peek from Reunited, which I have a feeling that's the episode Peridot and Lapis are gonna have their big fight in, considering it's a half hour, and I don't think that half hour is just gonna be full of townies. then maybe if they show a clip from that episode, it'll be of the song. Probably not though, because they like performing their songs. It's just a nice idea. Let's get a discussion going. And if you want to get a discussion going beyond the comments, follow and tweet us at Roundtable Vids, and me at AwestruckVox. Be sure to give the Steven Universe podcast a listen. Mackenzie and the Crewniverse worked really hard on it, and we at the Roundtable could not be any more proud of her. And if you want to get some further thoughts on Lapis, listen to our podcast with Kelly Kirstein. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please throw it a like, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, it really helps us out. Be sure to hit that bell so you never miss a Steven Universe video from the Roundtable. Also check out our community Discord and our official Roundtable Amino app. You can also follow our other social media and the rest of our crew. Links to all of those in the description. I hope you have a beautiful day, and AwestruckVox signing out. This video has been powered by Patreon. If you want to give us some more support, head to patreon.com/roundtablevids, become a patron, and get some awesome perks. Thanks for watching another video on the Roundtable. If you want to get more involved with our community and watch videos from Let's Talk with Tom, VoxBox, and more, click the video right here. Or if you want to get some more of the animation goodness, watch some Crystal Clear or Meaning Monday, click the video right here. And please, don't forget to subscribe.